Hi guys, how you doing? I don't even know what I was going to say. Well, that's good, isn't it? I'm basically just delaying doing a workout. That's what I'm doing. I'm all ready and I don't want to do it. But I'm going to do it, but I thought I'd just sort of delay it a little bit, you know. How are we? How are you today? Thank you to everyone so much who have supported my other channel and indeed still continue to support me here in my tiny little channel. Do excuse the bunches. I have a treatment in my hair and it's the only thing that my hair will do to keep it out of the way while I'm jumping around and hating it. I made a massive mistake. I don't go over to Critical K's channel. But I did. I went over and I had a look. I don't know why. It was just, and I just sort of picked on a video, and I laughed because it's a laughter of sort of disbelief that someone is doing this. Now I understand that everyone has different viewpoints, right? And I understand the phraseology of critical thinking, although I don't know whether just being allowed to say whatever you want to say is exactly critical thinking and not sort of seeing the other side and listening to the other side is critical thinking. I think it's strongly biased, right? But that's my opinion. Critical K on there, I don't have a problem with her. I think I don't know anything about her really, so I wouldn't be able to comment on her as a woman. I know that lots of people have problems with her. Is it because she's a very outspoken female in the community? Maybe. Us women get a hell of a lot more bashing than I would say men do on here. And sometimes from each other, which never ceases to amaze me. And this is a case in point. The video is about, I think it's one called Unlikable Victim. Obviously with a picture of Shanann. And Rusek family, I do apologise talking about Shanann. I don't like making videos like this, but I just wanted to point this out. And you know how I feel about you, so do excuse me for mentioning your family in a video. Critical K basically does her critical thinking, but what I hear is a video in entirety is about a person who has passed away, who's not here anymore, in such a negative light. I mean, and I'm not one of these people that go, stop bashing her, you can all rot in hell, nothing like that. I'm not speaking from an over-emotional point of view. I'm speaking from a logical and critical thinking point of view myself. What is the point of a video like that? Somebody tell me, what's the point of saying from what you see about a person, which was snippets of Shanann in her videos, snippets, we don't know anything more than that, than what she chose to show us, right? We don't know what she's like. We don't know what she smells like. We don't know what she's like in the morning. We don't know, when she goes to the loo, we don't know any of these things, but yet people still continue to have their opinion and feel it's appropriate to constantly get it heard. And I keep coming back to this, that some things just don't have to be said. And there'd be a lot of less strife in this community if people reacted or felt a reaction and didn't feel that they had to then act on that reaction and fight back or say something or air it. You know, sometimes things don't have to be said. Right? Because sometimes you sit on things and it will change, your feelings towards something will change. But the problem is that once you put something out on social media, you can't retract it because it's always going to be there. So it's worth thinking about, I guess, what you're going to put up. And Critical K does think about it. I know that she writes it down and I know that she's reading from her writing. I don't have a problem with that at all. I do have a problem with what she was saying. This is a person who's not here. And a person who everyone is putting their projections onto. She was like this. What I see in this video is that she was starving Bella. Or what I was seeing in this video is bullying when she does this and this. We don't know. We don't know what it happened when the video's turned off. You know, you don't know. And she's saying that she, you know, Chris was a caring father and, you know, she couldn't imagine him doing this and that. He was the one having an affair. You know, that's a fact. He was the one that we probably should be looking into. You know, that's the one to look at, to shine the spotlight at. Of course, there's a dynamic in a marriage, and of course, nobody's perfect. But to make a video, constant videos actually, about saying, well, what I've seen in this video is that she's this, and she was bullying this, and she was a narcissist, and this narc thing just has got old now. Everyone's calling everyone a narcissist, and it's absolutely ridiculous, not true. And it completely demeans and takes away from the power of the word now. Which is a shame, right? Because I'm sure there are lots of narcissists, but we can't keep banning that word around. It's ridiculous. But the one that really stuck out for me on this video was, she said something like Shanann was sneakily coming up and filming the girls and Chris playing. And she says sneakily, as if the girls weren't aware. They're her own children in her own home. She can film anywhere she likes. And this whole sneaky thing that there's like you know, like a bit like Wastwater, that there's such a deep lake there of darkness that we will never get to the bottom of how dark Shanann was, or her personality. And she says that Shanann is filming, and then she says to Chris, get out of the way, I don't want a video of you. Like, people speak to their spouses all the time like that. But yet she saw it as such a massive thing. And she actually said, and this is a quote, I think it's a direct quote, sorry if I might have got a word wrong. She's sorry that Shanann isn't here. She wishes Shanann was here so that she could tell her and point out what a bitch she was being. And it's at that point that I stopped the video. I'm sad that Shanann's not here. I wish she was here so that I could tell her and point out what a bitch she was being. Did that need to be said? Did that need to be put out on social media? Is this what social media is for? You know, social media or YouTube, especially this community, has it become just a vehicle for people to vomit their own projections into, and then not think about it afterwards? You know, so we take our own experience, which of course we do, and our own feelings, and say them as fact when they're not. But things like that, it did not need to be said. And then she was talking about Nicole Atkinson as well, saying that she knows something more than, and then when she was in the house that morning, there was evidently something that was making her feel uncomfortable about Shanann. Well, yes, she didn't turn up to a doctor's appointment, her shoes were there, and the whole thing stank, yes. But where this constant reading things into things based on one's own heart and maybe blackness, darkness, joy, fear, whatever, has got to stop, because it's not just putting information out there and going, this is me, this is what I think, this is what I think, everyone should hear this. It's affecting those people that are still living, getting on with their lives, you know, trying to get on with their lives, and every day must be hell. And I have read the worst comments from some horrific people on here about this family. And I've even had, you know, things talked about by myself. Oh, you know, the Tasmanian devil said, oh, find Frankie, and then you'll see Fit of Crime dribbling around, or something like that. I have no idea. But it's this constant need to have every single thing that's in your head heard by the world on YouTube. Everyone needs to hear this. Everyone needs to hear my reaction to what you've just said, and then my reaction to that, what you've just said. And then I might delete this. I might delete this. I might delete and delete and delete, because then that moment has been taken of reflection and you go, actually, I didn't really need to put that up. But when it happens constantly like that, it probably means that you're just filming using YouTube react in a reactionary way. Is this what YouTube is? Isn't there something informative and more sort of constructed and more joyful and more useful that we can do with social media? Rather than arguing, you know, and thinking that every single thought about every single person needs to be put out there. If you're quiet, people will make up the silence and fill in the blanks for themselves. If you're not quiet, you get reacted, gossiped about. Oh, Fit did this. Have you seen Fit do that? Have you seen Fit? Oh, you've seen put that. Oh my God, she did that. Oh my God, she did that. Have you seen that? How dare she? No, no, no. Constant, constant, constant. Does it need to be said? If you don't like my content, don't watch my content, because I don't say anything very controversial. I'm not a controversial channel, really. And I know that Critical K is, but at what point do you stop and go, I didn't probably need to say that? You know, she wrote it down beforehand, saying, I wish someone was alive so that I could point out something to them. And she says that, you know, Shanann arrogantly did these videos about how to wash your face, how to do this and how to do that. And she kind of laughs about it. So what? You can make a video about washing your face. You can make a video about anything you like about your own person, you know, amongst friends. She was amongst friends. She was amongst her live friends, you know, her Thrive friends, her working. She can do a tutorial about how to, you know, put your socks on. Apparently Shanann's, you know, arrogant for doing that. But Critical K is not arrogant for pointing out she wishes she was still alive, because Critical K has something that she could tell her about and use and help her. And this is where all the hypocrisy comes in. You know, anyone who speaks about a person not here anymore saying, well, I wish they were because I could have imparted some wisdom to them, makes me shudder, makes the hairs stand on end. It gives me the chills. It really does give me the chills. For the first time, I've listened to a member of our community, second time actually, and I feel chilled to the bone. And it's this that we could all be talking about. And AD as well. You know, have we forgotten the goal? The goal is to point out these people doing such wrongs and making massive amounts of money doing it. You know, AD is putting up pictures of some random woman that he sends his, you know, minions out and photograph people on the street and then put it up on YouTube. They don't know who this person is. It might not be her. It could be a completely different person. A normal person getting on with their life, and they've been completely invaded now and had their picture put up on social media on Alan Vinnicum's channel for all of these thousands of bought subscribers to see. This is what we could be and should be focusing our attention on. You know, not gossiping about each other, not using up all that energy thinking, well, I've got to say this in retort to that, and then I've got to retort to that, and then so-and-so, and then so-and-so. Not all the time. You know, I can't believe that someone's picture has just been put up. This must be her, this must be NK, so we're going to put this picture up for the world to see of someone unloading their shopping, and it might not even be her. Horrified. Horrified, again, so chilled to the bone. This is stalking somebody. It's blatant stalking. Alan is getting his subs to go out there and search for NK because he sees her, and I quote, as a public figure. She's not. She's not a public figure. There is no reason why anyone is allowed to take bites out of this person under the excuse that she's a public figure and therefore. Absolutely not. This is a person in society. She's not a public figure until you made her one. This is a person who, regardless of what you think, is allowed to live her life as well as the Ruseks, as well as everyone, you know, without this constant flying monkeys, haranguing, following, invading, destroying, wanting, needing, dragging, just sucking the blood out of everything that's left. When does it stop? I mean, is it acceptable now to just put up random pictures of people in the street and have their privacy completely invaded? I don't think it is. I'm getting really heated, aren't I? Because I'm sick of this. I'm sick of everyone arguing in this community. I'm sick of everyone just crapping on everyone else. I'm sick of everyone thinking that everything is acceptable to say, even when you don't know a person. I'm sick of, I'm just being quiet, getting along with my channel. I don't go to other people's channels who I don't like. And I'm constantly, she's done this, she's done that. Oh, you seen what she's done now? How dare she? Or look at the community post. Look at the latest video. She's done that and she's done this. She was horrible to us. And none of it is true. It's just filling in blanks. It's got to stop, because what is happening is it's taking away from the goal of what we were all here to do, which was to expose the truth. And mostly about Alan, because we know so much of it is lies. We know and he knows. And it's just trying to get that out there. And have we lost sight of doing this? I can't change if someone doesn't like me. I can't care if someone doesn't like me. I won't care. I won't put any effort into all of this drama and chaos. And it's chaos at the moment. I've seen pictures of, I've seen lives where people are evidently intoxicated, trying to put their viewpoint across about someone who's hurt them, and they seem off their face. And this anyone can click on this. Any employer, any family member, any friend, anyone in any profession, any court, anyone can click on and find your material and you or whoever, slagging someone else off, being vile, being violent, being completely intoxicated. It can all be found and would be found. I just don't know what's going on. Why would you put yourself on camera when you're in that state? You can't take it back. It's there. And it's all, all within all of these arguments. And, slagging off of each other and slagging people off as content. And I just feel it's got to stop. I feel that it's completely taking away from what the actual truth is, and that's staring us right in the face. And all the other stuff is just truths most of the time that we've all based on our own emotions and taken that as truth when most of the time it's not. It's the same as, Critical K talking about studying the videos of Shanann. Most of her interpretation has got to be based on her own emotions and experience, and then filling in the blanks, because there's not enough out there of Shanann's videos for anyone to be able to say, this is this, that is that, and that goes about everyone. There's not enough information about me online to be able to go, you're this, you're that, and know it for fact. You don't know if I'm a bad person, a good person. It doesn't make any difference anyway. Just don't watch me. But, when we all feel that we have to say our opinion about every single person all of the time, eventually it's become a snake pit. And the snakes will end up eating themselves. And that's starting to happen. And is that what we wanted? This time last year, when everyone was, having a decent relationship with each other. Is this what we wanted when we started out? I don't think so. It's definitely not what I wanted. Anyway, I see that ye olde Mary Marlowe's back. That's interesting. That's another one. And hilariously, the first thing she said was that she was doing really, really well. And she was, you know, talking about the Watts case until the trolls took her off. And we all know that's not true in any way whatsoever. Mary Marlowe said something illegal and was taken off. But there you go. So she's back. So this should be interesting. Anyway, let me know your thoughts, guys. Let me know if you think it's a good idea to take a step back before reacting to someone on YouTube. Or do you feel that if you feel it, you should say it, you get it out, even though it's always going to be there, and then you feel better and it actually helps things? Let me know either way. Does it help or does it hinder? Thank you for listening, guys. And I didn't mean it to come out as a moan, but I did. I got chills, and I just don't think it should be this way. Anyway, have a good day and look after each other.